If you've been looking for more information on the 4-day work week, what are the pros, what are the cons, in this video we're going to talk about what is the 4-day work week, what are the pros, what are the cons, and we're going to talk about other countries outside of the US who are already doing a 4-day work week, and even one state in the US who's thinking about it. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Preston, author of Harness Your Butterflies and creator of the Career Accelerator program. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and if this video is helpful, leave a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so the 4-day work week has become a really big topic of conversation, specifically post-pandemic. A lot of countries are looking at, is this a feasible option for a lot of different opportunities? Is it something that they should be implementing? Is it something that they can implement? Given the different economic structures that these businesses operate from, is it something that they can even operate in? For example, Belgium and Iceland already have a 4-day work week, and the feedback from employees has been phenomenal. We see other countries like the UK, for example, is actually doing a 6-week pilot program this summer to see if a 4-day work week is effective. What they're doing is they're putting out a 4-day work week mandate for all exempt employees and making sure that they are getting paid the same, by law, getting paid the same amount as they would be if they work a 5-day work week. We'll see what the results of those organizations are at the end of the summer, but that's also another country who's kind of dabbling in the 4-day work week. The thing in the US that's really cool, California actually put out a bill that said that they wanted to mandate a 4-day work week as well. So it's kind of a cool trend that's happening with a lot of businesses. So we'll see where it goes, but I want to talk today about what are the pros, what are the cons, the things that we need to be considering when we're looking at a 4-day work week. So first, let's jump into the pros. What are the pros of a 4-day work week? The first pro actually might be surprising to you. It is increased productivity. Now, with the studies that have been done with 4-day work weeks, the studies actually show that the 4-day work weeks are actually more productive than the 5-day work weeks. The rationale or the research analysis is pointing toward the fact that people have an extra day to relax, so they come back to work more refreshed, more rejuvenated, and with cooler and newer ideas. And some businesses have even found in these studies that employees are taking less sick days when they have a 4-day work week compared to those that have a 5-day work week. And ultimately, it's probably because that employees are not feeling as burned out or as stressed, so they can come into work feeling fresh and rejuvenated to take on the 4-day work week. The second pro is lower operating costs. Depending on the organization that you work for, if you run a 4-day work week, the operating costs can go down according to studies, because based on the different organizational types and the industries that you're in, you don't need to hire as much staff to cover the same amount of time that is required for your organization. You're also saving costs on office space, office equipment, and energy bills. If people are not in the office to use, let's say, things like toilet paper, you obviously don't have to buy as much toilet paper, but that applies for any sort of office setting. If you are in the office less, you don't have to buy as many office items like coffee, snacks, toilet paper, all of that stuff. So you can reduce your operating costs and your energy bill by not having as many people in the office for a 5-day work week as opposed to a 4-day work week. While those costs may be minimal within a week or even within a month, given years and years of those cost savings, that could be a really big boost for businesses. The third thing that we see as a pro to 4-day work weeks is improved employee retention. Now, this one's pretty obvious. If a business is saying that it is okay for employees to work a 4-day work week, that means employee satisfaction has gone up because they're getting more of a work-life balance, and thus they're less likely to burn out and leave an organization. But it also means that employees have more time to pursue personal passions and hobbies that allow them more fulfillment and satisfaction outside of work, so they're not feeling drained or pushed out of their jobs if they're not feeling fulfillment within a certain project. The fourth pro we've kind of already talked about of a 4-day work week is less burnout. Obviously, if you're not working as much, if you're not in the office as much, and you have more time to relax, you have more free time, you have more ability to work on your hobbies, on the things that you enjoy, to spend time with family, you're gonna feel less burned out because you don't have that constant pressure of being in the office, having to interact with your coworkers on very tight timelines. What are the cons of a 4-day work week? We talked about a lot of benefits that employees will experience and some that businesses might enjoy as well, but the cons are pretty obvious. For businesses that have a set of operating timelines and budgets, moving to a 4-day work week would have to adjust those timelines so that everything would have to get done in a more succinct time frame, or you would need to push those projects out. So for example, if you're in the advertising space, advertising and marketing space, it takes, let's say, 10 hours to do a video, or it takes 10 hours to work on a piece of creative. That 10-hour project doesn't get shrunk down just because you're more efficient or you're more productive, because sometimes things just take the amount of time that they take. So those projects are going to get pushed back because you don't have as many people to work on them throughout that 5-day work week if you are only working on a 4-day work week. Thus, this kind of flux in project timelines can cause more stress on teams and put more pressure on businesses to make things happen in a more efficient way. The second con of a 4-day work week is possible missed opportunities. Now, if you are a business that works in kind of an opportunistic way, if you are off for 3 days out of a 7-day week, there is a chance that something might happen on those 3 days that either you can miss opportunities or something happens where you don't have the ability to fix it until Monday. Those sort of things happen. It just depends, truly it depends on the industry, but you might miss opportunities that you might have otherwise hit had you had the 5-day work week. And the third con of a 4-day work week is that it usually only benefits exempt employees. If you are an hourly employee, if your company does do a 4-day work week, let's say you're a receptionist or an office manager who gets paid hourly, your hours go from 40 hours a week to 32 hours a week, which means that you get paid less. If for some reason your business adjusts your pay, then that's okay, but you still are working hourly, your hours are going to be cut significantly, moving you from full-time to part-time in the US. Obviously in other places that's a little different. The other thing is, if your organization requires you to work hourly, let's say as a warehouse person, you are probably not as likely to enjoy a 4-day work week because you will be working hourly and you are not exempt from the salary range. So they can pay you, let's say $10, $12 an hour for as many hours as you work. So if you want to work 40 hours, they have the availability for you to work 40 hours, but that doesn't mean that you're going to enjoy the 4-day work week. So that's kind of a pro and con on that side. But I'd be interested to know, what do you think of the 4-day work week? Do you have any other pros? Do you have any other cons? Is it something that you would like to test out? Let me know in the comments below. What are your thoughts on the 4-day work week? And with that, that's all I have. If this video was helpful, give it a thumbs up. If you have not done so already, don't forget to hit subscribe. I have new videos every Tuesday, so I'll see you on the next one.